Welcome back to Trots TV. Time for this week's edition of On Trial. Got a couple from the trials at Menangle on Tuesday, and I've got one from Penrith at Wednesday's trial. So let's firstly start with trial number 3 out of Menangle on Tuesday, and this was won by a 2-year-old filly by the name of Joyce's Desire. Now, when a 2-year-old filly drops a final quarter in sub 27 seconds, it's not too hard to spot her, but gee, I think this filly might well be worth following, especially with her competing in the second round of heats of the Breeders' Challenge coming up next Tuesday. This trial was super. Now, she had one run back after finishing down the track in the Bathurst Gold Tiara. She was a winner on that occasion, but we haven't seen her since. Now, whether she's had a slight setback and they opted not to go around in the first round of heats, or whether they've just decided to lighten up on her and wait until the second round of heats, I'm unsure. But this performance suggests if there were any problems, any niggles, they're completely a thing of the past, because she was very, very good. Look, she's not asked to charge through the first half of the race. It just becomes simply a sprint home, but she does it so impressively. And what I do like about her, she's a 2-year-old filly that relaxes. She didn't want to relax in the Gold Tiara, but she relaxed here. And then when asked to extend, she's able to quickly find, 3 or 4 lengths in the space of very quick time. Look, I think she's a realistic chance going into the Breeders' Challenge Series if she can get through to the semi-finals. There's not a standout filly this year in the 2-year-old division, so I think she's, especially if she can draw well in a semi-final and final, I think she's going to be somewhat of a threat. Let's have a look at the times. She went 1:55.8. First quarter of 28.9, so nothing blistering early. 31.3, 29.1. Even that third quarter was nothing sensational, but that explosive last 26.5. Look, she's got gate speed as well, so she is pretty versatile. If she draws a good alley, she can show that gate speed she's got, and if she draws poorly, she can be set up and safe for the one sprint, because she can sprint so quickly. So I think out of the trials at Menangle on Tuesday, Joyce's Desire is definitely one filly that you can follow going forward. Now, in the very next trial, we had a horse by the name of Carter Bromack. Now, he's a little brother to Cruz Bromack, who we know so well, that's got so much ability. Carter Bromack started his career with 3 successive victories and was then beaten at Shepparton, and he's trained by Amanda Turnbull. Now, those 4 runs all came in the space of a month. He's had some time off since then. He's back at the races now, and he's another one. It just blows me away with this turn of foot that he's got and the way that he puts his rivals away so quickly. Suited to racing at Menangle because of that explosive speed. The horses that take a while to get up and go, they can be left flat-footed, and they can be left vulnerable because of that long straight, whereas these horses that just can turn that speed on so quickly tend to be winning more races more regularly at Tabcorp Park Menangle. But Carter Bromack, he looks a really nice horse. As mentioned, he's won the 3 from 4. I noticed that he's raced by Go Racing, who of course have had a fair bit of success lately. Sky Racing's Gareth Hall is in the ownership as well, and they look to have found themselves another smart one. He ran his mile in 1:56, so again, he's going to need to improve on those times if he's going to be winning races at Menangle, but it's just that acceleration that he shows. First quarter 29.2, he didn't get involved in the speed burn, although he was out wide on the track and working forward. He wasn't pushed out hard in the first quarter. 31 second quarter, very slow first half, but then he quickened up 28.8 third quarter, and he was home in 27 seconds flat. Very speedy horse, ready to win in Sydney, and I think Carter Bromack might be a horse that you can follow with a bit of confidence. He's already won 3 from 4, so that's another one out of those Menangle trials on Tuesday. And now I want to take you to the trials at Penrith on Wednesday night. Now, this was trial number 6, and I actually don't mind the performance of the winner or the second horse. I like them both. Outer Surreal is the horse that wins the trial, and Tamahay, who's in a new stable, runs second in the race. Now, Outer Surreal, former Kiwi, trained by John Tapp, is a half-brother to Alta Jerome, who has performed so well for Kevin Pizzuto. Of course, qualified for the Chariots of Fire as a 4-year-old. But Outer Surreal shows good gate speed, then is happy to take a sit on the back of the Plainsman, who fires out from wider on the track. The horse is happy to relax. And then we get through until the concluding stages. Jimmy Douglas moves Outer Surreal off the inside, goes straight past the Plainsman. But look at Tamahay in those blue colours, just stalking and all over the back of Outer Surreal. Outer Surreal in the straight is pushed along and really asked to find the line, whereas Tamahay, once the hard work's done and he's up on the back of Outer Surreal, they're pretty kind to him in the run home, and the times in a moment that I run you through will give you some idea of why I'm pretty keen on Tamahay. I noticed that Beck Brown's now training at Tamahay. Its last win was a race at March at Goulburn in 2014. And he beat a horse called Crackerjack Joe, who's been a good performer for Peter Trevor Jones. But the times, let's have a look at those. As in this trial, they went 30.7, 31.7. The final two quarters, 31.2. What I like about this final quarter, 27.8, very, very sleek. Tamahay gets there very easily, and then is able to hit the line under his own steam. So Outer Surreal has won a few races in New Zealand. I think it'll do a good job for the new connections here in Australia, but I think Tamahay might be one to keep an eye on, especially if Beck Brown puts it on the float and takes it off to Newcastle or somewhere like that. So the horses going on trial this week. The two horses coming out of the trials at Menangle, Joyce's Desire, the 2-year-old filly, and also Carter Bromack, the 3-year-old, and the horse that won the trial at Penrith that I'm interested in is Outer Surreal, a new arrival for John Tapp, but I'm also very keen to keep an eye on Tamahay for Beck Brown. They're the horses going on trial this week here on Trots TV.